Money isn't just something we earn and spend. It's a tool that can unlock your goals, create opportunities, and build the life you desire. But here's the catch, no one teaches us how to use it wisely. And with that, welcome to Wise with Money. I'm your host, Liema. Please note, I speak about finances, however, this is not financial advice. Hello, hi. So today we are deep diving into Investing 101 or Investing for Beginners. But before we get into the video, I just want to share my story on how I got to finally invest. So I think the best thing that has ever happened for me was becoming a finance student, because that's where the seed was planted for me, and then the idea grew and grew and grew until I finally took the leap to invest, because it was not an easy thing to do. It was a process. There was some excuses made, there was some procrastination. Okay, so I just want to put it out there that yes, I don't have a mic, so the sound might be a bit low, so bear with me. And I'd say the most important thing about this video is the knowledge or information that I'm sharing, that I'm informing people about, or that I'm passing on. So the sound might be shaky, please bear with me. Okay, so 2023 was the year in which I did finance, and it was my first time doing finance. So I think there was, at some point, we had this lecturer who was teaching us about investing, what investing is, what are shares, and by the end of the topic, he encouraged us to go to EasyEquities, put some money away and invest on EasyEquities, even if it's just 300 rands. And I remember him saying that sometimes you just have to sacrifice drinking or going out or having a nice time, take that 300 rands that you're going to blow up on beers or drinks or whatever, and invest on EasyEquities, because I think the main thing that he wanted us to do was to learn about investing and shares through doing. Because once I started investing on EasyEquities, when I finally started, a lot of things that we were being taught, like the theory that we were being taught, made much more sense. It made more sense, like things were connecting a bit easier. So, but anyway, to get back to the story, so that's when the seed was planted, when I was doing finance. But did I invest that year? Did I start investing that year? No, I didn't. I always made excuses that I don't have enough money, I have little money, I have a lot to do, so I don't have time to commit to doing things that have to do with investing. I get it when people are reluctant to invest, because this it's a process, and there's so many things that might hold you back from investing, even if you do have the money. But I did not invest in 2023. Then in 2024, I decided that, okay, let me just start. Let me start with a demo account, even if it's just a demo account, even if I don't have money. So I installed the app again, registered, created a new account because I forgot my password, created a new account, and used the demo accounts that EasyEquities has. It has a demo account for ZAR, which is South African stocks, and also US stocks. So I was playing and just figuring things out here and there about investing on the demo accounts, picked some stocks, chose stocks, invested in some stocks, South African ones and American ones, and saw how the portfolio performed. And then I think around September or October, then I had 100 rands. That was surplus. I had a surplus of 100 rands, and then I decided, okay, let me just invest. Let me just take this money and invest. Deposited the money into my EasyEquities account, and then when it reflected into my EasyEquities account, and then I finally picked an EFT, which is like a bundle of shares. So I didn't like invest in a single stock or share. I invested into EFT with as little as 100 rands. I just started, and I was just really I wanted to learn. I wanted to see how things worked. I wanted to see what we've been learning about this whole time. And we learn by doing. We really learn the most by doing or through doing. And I'd say after investing myself, I understood things in finance a bit better. So I invested that 100 rands, and the following day when I checked my portfolio, the value had increased, I think, to by 2 point something percent. I was so happy. And excuse me. And I want to say that it does happen. Like I went through all the emotions, the ebbs and flows of investing and checking your portfolio almost every day, I guess. I just wanted to see what's happening now. Is it going up or is it going down? So I went through those motions, and I had the fear. I also had the fear that, okay, I'm putting this money into EasyEquities. Is it really going to do what it says it's going to do? I think from November, December, January, it dropped, and in my head I was like, okay, it's going to, because investing is such a long-term thing. In my head I was like, okay, I won't panic just because it's going down, or maybe there's a loss, because investing is such a long-term thing. The market will rebound again, and the stock will go up again, and I will make a gain again, or a profit again. So when I checked in February, the stock went up, and I decided to cash in and sell my shares, the shares that I bought. So I sold the shares. I bought them at a lower price and sold them at a higher price, so I made a profit. And then I decided to convert that into cash. So now it's just cash into my EasyEquities account. It's not in my bank account though, but if I want to transfer it into my bank account, I can do that. But I want to reinvest again, so that it goes on. Okay, so the point of this was just to say that investing is it's a journey, and if you are scared to start, or when you've started you don't know what's happening, because chances are you won't know what's happening, especially if you're not doing finance or invest anything that has got to do with investment. So you won't know what has to do what is investing. You might be uncertain, you might be unsure, you might be doubtful that, okay, is this really a good thing to do? Is your money safe? So those feelings do come with it, but as time goes on, you will get the hang of it. But it's okay to feel uncertain, unsure, and doubtful at the beginning. But with anything, the more you do it, the more you get used to it, the more you say, okay, it's not bad, it's doable. So, and I want to say that I started with a small amount because I wanted to get the hang of it. I wanted to know what's happening, so that this year, or by the time I get to work, or by the time I earn an income, maybe a salary, I know how to go about things. So I'm starting now, so that in future, maybe in 2 years or 3 years, by the time I get a salary, I already know, okay, this is going there, this is going there, this is going there. I already have a routine and a structure on how my investments go. So I do encourage people to start now, start soon, so that in future, maybe in 10 years time or 20 years time, you can get the rewards or the returns or the benefits of your investments. So let's get into the video without any further ado. The main point of the video is to talk about investing, right? But I want us to work backwards. So I want to say, start by budgeting. Have a budget. Know where your money comes from. Know where it goes to. Number 2, save, because you can't invest when you don't have savings. And then number 3, finally invest and be consistent with investing. Okay, so what is investing? So investing, in simple terms, it means putting your money away into something with the hope of getting rewards or returns in future. So investing can be in different types of forms. You can invest in stocks, you can invest in bonds, you can invest in real estate, or you can start a business. So having a business is also an investment, and each of these types of investments have their own level of risk and reward. And in finance, there's a rule of thumb that the higher the risk, the higher the reward. The lower the risk, the lower the reward. You might be asking yourself, why not just save your money into a bank account? But while saving in itself is important, but inflation, which is a very big problem in South Africa, because we're always crying about rising fuel prices, rising food prices and grocery prices. So inflation can eat away at the value of your money that you have in your bank account. But investing, it diminishes that effect of inflation, rather than having your money in a savings account that gives you low returns. Imagine earning maybe 7% or 8% in the stock market instead of earning 2% in a savings account. Over 20 years or over a long term, the difference is massive, all thanks to the power of compound interest. So investing, it does really make a difference. The returns are much higher than in a bank, because a bank is, I think, it's the safest option to keep your money, so it has low returns. Then investing is a bit riskier, therefore it has higher returns. Now let's talk about the types of investments that we have there. So I'm going to mention only three. Number one, we have stocks. Stocks are, it's like you're buying a piece of a company. Stocks are shares, right? So stocks, you buy a piece of a company, you are giving capital to a company. You're saying, okay, here company, keep here and give me dividends, or give me certain returns in return. So stocks can offer higher returns, but they come with a higher risk. And then number two, there are bonds. So bonds are like, it's like offering loans to companies or governments who need that financing to finance their projects or something, and they pay you interest in return. So they're generally safer than stocks, therefore they come with lower risk and lower returns. And then the third one, it's index funds, or I'm going to go with ETFs. Index funds or ETFs, used interchangeably, but I prefer ETFs, which is what I invested in the first time I invested on EasyEquities. So these are a bundle of stocks. It's like a basket of shares, a group of shares that are in like this basket, and then they track maybe a market index like the S&P 500. They are good for beginners, because the one thing that I like about them is that you don't do the picking of stocks. Someone who, let me just say, who knows what they're doing, picks the stocks for you, and you just invest your money there in a bunch of stocks that are readily picked. You don't have to do the picking. That's what I like about ETFs. And the nice thing about them is that they are diversifiable. You diversify and they're affordable. You don't, when I say diversify, I mean that you don't only invest in risky shares. You don't only invest in safe, not safe, but less risky shares. There are less risky shares, a variety of levels of risk. Now let's get into the practical steps to investing. So number one, you must have clear goals. Set clear goals. I always say, know your why. Know why you're investing. Is it because you want to save for retirement? You want to make a big purchase? You want to go on that vacation? You maybe want financial independence? Because knowing that, it will shape how you form your strategy or the type of investor you are. There are people who have high risk appetite, risk averse, they fear risk, than the people who are risk neutral. So it will lead you or guide you into what you invest in and how you go about it. And then I'd say number two, it's budget. Create a budget, guys. I've even made a little note here to say that nowadays you don't have to create a budget from the top of your head and think about this and that, or go on Excel and do this and that, or write it on paper. Nowadays there's ChatGPT, guys. There's ChatGPT. I'm guilty of saying that I use ChatGPT like my personal assistant. So you can go on ChatGPT, give it a prompt, say I'm going to make an example. As a student, I'm a student, I get maybe an allowance of 1,000 or 2,000 per month. I buy in this type of stores. I want to save this much, I want to invest this much, I want to buy maybe in affordable places. Please create a budget for me. And then ChatGPT is going to create it for you, like step by step by step by step. Like you just tell ChatGPT what you want and it will do it for you. I saw this other lady on a video, reels on Instagram. This lady was saying that they gave ChatGPT this prompt and ChatGPT created like a detailed budget for her, the stores that she can buy at, and the things that she can do with her money. It was really mind-blowing for me that okay, nowadays we live in the world of AI. We have AI, things are automated. You don't have to think heavily while creating your budget. You can just write everything that you want to go into your budget, how you want it to structure it, what are your goals, what are your plans, and ChatGPT will do the rest for you. So budget. Also, while budgeting, I would add that go through your bank statement. I know that it can feel uncomfortable going through your bank statement, especially if you know that you're making a lot of big purchases or emotional spending. But go through your bank statement, especially to know where your money goes to. I'd assume that you know where your money comes from. Maybe you have an allowance, you have a bursary, you have a salary, you know where your money comes from. But you must also know where your money goes to, because that also, it keeps us, as much as it's uncomfortable, it makes you accountable and it makes you aware of how much you spend, where you spend, and why you spend, whether it's emotional spending or logical spending, but it makes you aware. And once you are aware, you can make better decisions, right? And then build an emergency fund. I want to say that save money or build an emergency fund. You can do either of both. Build an emergency fund because you can't invest when you do not have savings. Whether it's an emergency fund or not, have some savings, have some money put away that you will also take a portion from that money and divert it towards your investments. And then choose a platform. Look for a beginner-friendly platform like EasyEquities. For now, I'm investing with EasyEquities. I'm also looking into using Frank. I think I might also use Frank. I've heard good reviews about it. So pick a beginner-friendly investing platform. Pick EasyEquities. And in this platform, they allow you to invest with as little as maybe 100 rands, which is a nice thing or a good thing. So that excuse of not having a lot of money, or I don't have enough money, or I'm just a student, or whatever, it really makes things a bit less of a hassle for someone who doesn't have that much of money, for example a student. And then start small, start where you are, start with what you have, just start. While planning and wishing and dreaming is all good and it's important, but it's also very crucial to finally start. Take that leap, take action, do invest. You don't need thousands to begin to begin investing. You begin with just what you have. If you have 300 rands, if you have 500 rands, just start. And then lastly, I want to say be consistent. Keep on investing. Don't just invest maybe 1,000 rands or 500 rands and then think everything is done. But you must be consistent, and the more you deposit money into your investment is the more you're going to earn from the compound interest, is the more you're going to get returns. I would go as far as saying as automate your payments to your investment so that you don't forget or you don't make excuses when it's time to invest maybe consistently per month. So yeah, if you have to create a debit order, do that debit order so that you don't have to think about it or think twice, so that it's part of your habit. And just be calm and give yourself grace when you do not know what's happening. And also do not do your research, do your own research. Don't just do what other people are telling you to do. You can listen, but take everything with a pinch of salt, but do your own research. And if you can't, maybe find someone who knows better than you. But I'd say it's good to do something yourself, because you learn the most through doing things yourself. And that way you also avoid people who could be scammers. Don't give away your money to people who say they will invest for you unless they are registered and like they know what they're doing. Don't just give anyone your money. Don't even give me your money. I don't invest for anyone, but I speak about these things. And that's it. Your investing 101, investing for beginners. If you found the video informative, please show some kindness by liking, subscribing, and sharing to someone else who might find it valuable. If you have some questions, suggestions, or something to add, write a comment. Thank you for watching.